Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up on the news tonight, fentanyl overdoses are making a dramatic increase, especially among teens. Plus, Nebraska Task Force 1 updates us on their work in Puerto Rico. But first,
my privilege and honor to submit the very first casino operator license in the state of Nebraska.
Lincoln's first casino has been approved. It will be up and running for business tomorrow morning. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ariana Martinez. Tomorrow at 10 in the morning, the first slot machine lever will be pulled at the grand opening of the Warhorse Gaming Facility in Lincoln, Nebraska. Just today, the Nebraska Racing and Gaming Commission approved their gaming application. The facility is still under construction right now. There are around 400 slot machines in the facility. They expect to have around 1,300 gaming stations by the time they finish, as well as 196 hotel rooms. The leaders of the application for the casino said this project has been a long time coming.
It feels surreal. I mean, it's hard to even believe that for all this work that is happening, and I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. We've already hired a couple hundred people, and it'll start kicking out some property tax relief to the community and some revenues to the city of Lincoln.
We cannot wait to show Lincoln and Nebraska what we have to offer in forms of live racing. It's going to be amazing.
The whole project is expected to be completed in around 18 months. We'll have more on how Nebraska can expect to benefit from the casino later tonight. As we get closer to more casinos opening in the state, they're looking for some helping hands. Between September 28th and October 2nd, Grand Island Casino Resort will be hosting 4 career fairs for those looking to work at Warhorse. Potential employees must be 19 years or older. Positions available include management, security, surveillance, technicians, attendants, and more. Find this article online for the dates later in October, plus more information on how to apply. Some Americans may have a little more trouble finding work in the near future. The Federal Reserve's latest interest rate hike could be a contributing factor. According to the economic projections the Federal Reserve released Wednesday, analysts say the central bank is expecting to see unemployment rise from the 3.7% in August to 4.4% in 2023. Some say it could even increase to 5%. That could mean between 1 and 2 million more Americans will be laid off. More information on these financial issues, including monthly job gains, will be out in early October. Opioid overdoses have had a sharp increase, especially among teens. School districts like Los Angeles Unified are on high alert. ABC's Morgan Norwood has more on the life-saving changes school districts are making.
As the fentanyl epidemic tightens its grip on communities across the country, school officials now sounding the alarm about children being targeted.
Recent data has documented that we've seen about a 40% increase in the number of deaths among teenagers and young adults due to this very potent opioid, fentanyl.
Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid, is considered 50 times more potent than heroin. And the alert comes as the LA Unified School District, the second largest in the nation, announced they'll now stock up on Narcan in every school, K through 12.
Individuals die through the consumption of fentanyl because they stop breathing. Narcan has a limited but highly effective way of reversing that condition.
The sweeping measure amid an alarming increase in fentanyl overdoses in students, at least 7 in LA in the past month, including the death of 15-year-old Melanie Ramos. Officials say she overdosed after taking what she thought were Percocet pills, bought from another student. The DEA now warning that younger children are now being targeted by dealers. These colorful pills, known as rainbow fentanyl, are made to look like candy, and dealers are able to set up the sale via social media. Ed Tiernan lost his son Charlie to an overdose after he unknowingly took a fentanyl pill, telling our Los Angeles station KABC in a town hall.
Every single young person is vulnerable to this risk. Now you need to know what apps are on your kid's phone and really get involved in where your kid is in cyberspace, because that's where a lot of these transactions are happening.
And more than a dozen attorneys generals are asking President Joe Biden to classify fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. They say enough fentanyl has been seized in the past year to kill every person in America several times over. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Thursday, the FDA put out guidance aimed at boosting access to naloxone. The change is meant to help harm reduction programs more easily access the opioid antidote by making them exempt from certain FDA rules. The new guidance provides more clarity for those organizations to buy naloxone for community distribution. The AMA applauded the work of harm reduction programs and expressed gratitude for the FDA recognizing the importance of the work. The White House just revealed $1.5 billion has been awarded to help bring an end to this epidemic. That money will be split up between every U.S. state and territory, including nearly $5 million for Nebraska alone. It's meant to increase access to medications for people in need of treatment, while also helping recovery services and prevention efforts. Officials believe this funding will be enough to educate 1 million Nebraskans about the dangerous drug, in addition to treating and supporting almost 800 Nebraskans who are struggling with the opioids. Humanities Nebraskans in Lincoln is offering primetime reading and primetime preschool in several communities this semester. Channel 8's Danielle Kaiser has the details on the free 6-week program with award-winning children's books.
So in 2002, we had our very first one at Benham Martin Public Library. And since then, it's been 20 years now, and by the end of this year, we'll have over 400 programs throughout the state.
The primetime reading program has already started in areas like Grand Island and Lexington, with Lincoln's own starting in early October.
We have 3 goals of primetime, and the first goal is to encourage families to read together at home. And so we model these read aloud techniques so that when they go home with their books, the adults can read with the children. And so what that leads into is this hopeful love for reading, this enjoyment of reading, this development of reading as a fun social activity with your family.
The program is free for families thanks to funding from the state and offers bilingual readings as well. Hamilton saying inclusion is at the forefront of primetime reading.
What those look like is that we have a storyteller discussion leader team, and one of them is bilingual in both languages. And so we read the books together and we discuss the books in both languages, so that everyone involved, whether they know English, whether they know Spanish, whether they know Kurmanji, will understand what's going on and be able to participate and answer the questions and talk with their kids about what's going on in the program.
Reporting in Lincoln, Danielle Kaiser, Channel 8 News.
Now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. Rusty, it's Friday Night Football. Will fans have to dodge any rain tonight?
It's not looking like it. Clouds, however, are tough to get out of here, especially in eastern Nebraska, but central and western Nebraska, no problem at all. Mostly sunny skies. But the game of the week, Pius X versus Crete, and the temperature should be right around 65 degrees with a light south-southwest wind at 7 miles per hour. Those lingering clouds as we head through the next couple of hours, but those clouds will eventually erode away and move off to the east. Here they are right now. You can see they're still hanging tough from Lincoln west, but they're eroding away a little further out there, like central Nebraska, western Nebraska. Not seeing any cloud cover, but it even looks like it's trying to expand back towards Grand Island. So the cloud cover may be here for a little bit longer than we initially anticipated, which is kind of a bummer, but it'll be gone as we head through the overnight. This is Schoen's Roofing Cam at 6th Street and Perkins in Beatrice. It's still cloudy in Beatrice as well. Notice the temperatures: 65 in Lincoln, 58 Omaha, 57 in Nebraska City. That's because of the excess cloud cover, but 80s for Broken Bow, North Platte, Ogallala, and McCook. So the temperature should hover right around the middle 60s through 6 p.m. into 8 p.m. and then eventually clearing that sky out and into the upper 50s by 10 o'clock later tonight. We are going to see a warmer weekend, temperatures back in the 80s for just about everybody. We'll take a look at that forecast in a few minutes.
Thank you, Rusty. Hurricane Fiona is currently on its way north towards Canada. It has left a path of destruction through Puerto Rico over the past few days. Nebraska Task Force 1 is there now to help. Channel 8's Matthew Mittleiner spoke with the captain about their efforts.
Task Force 1 has been in Puerto Rico since Tuesday and has assisted with search and rescue efforts in the San Juan area, as well as helping to determine where and how to use FEMA's resources for this and other potential upcoming emergencies.
Everyone from our task force is doing really well. We've had no injuries. We've been supported very well by the local entities in Puerto Rico and also by our FEMA oversight.
Captain Ripley says they've been working with local authorities on challenges like flooding, mudslides, and power outages, which have contributed to communication disruptions. Ripley says the task force is prepared with satellite phones and radios to help keep everyone in contact.
We've deployed with a 45-member team, and again, that's made up of firefighters from Lincoln, Omaha, Grand Island, Papillion, Council Bluffs. So we really do come with a robust ability to really impact and take care of the needs of specific areas rapidly. That's our goal.
Ripley says the biggest challenge that stands out with his team is the mudslides caused by heavy rain on the mountainous terrain of the country. He said the mudslides have left a lot of debris on roads and have even washed out roadways throughout the island.
You know, it definitely is going to affect the infrastructure. It's not something that we haven't necessarily seen before on our past deployments, but it's definitely something that had a really big impact on the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico.
The task force will remain in Puerto Rico for up to 21 days, and Captain Ripley says he wants to leave the residents with hope that they didn't have before. Ripley says the biggest thing that they aim to do wherever they are assigned is to help people in the area get through the disaster and leave them better than they found them.
And on a positive note that, you know, whether we shake their hands, give them a hug, give them a bottle of water, their day is going to be better because of their interaction with Nebraska Task Force 1.
Hurricane Fiona is now moving north and away from Puerto Rico. Reporting in Lincoln, Matthew Mitleiter, Channel 8 News.
While Fiona leaves behind a wake of destruction, those in its path are bracing for the worst. That just may be the case, as this could be the strongest storm to hit Canada in its history. Forecasters say Hurricane Fiona is likely to hit the coast of Nova Scotia Saturday morning. Its winds will affect hundreds of miles around the storm. The hurricane is gathering steam after smacking Bermuda this afternoon, but officials say they were ready, opening shelters and closing schools beforehand.
This is the time where Bermudans depend on us, and we will rise and make sure that they are protected and that they get turned on as soon as possible.
At least 70% of Bermuda is without power. Crews won't be sent out until the storm is fully gone, but officials are optimistic. While Fiona heads north, the Caribbean is keeping an eye on weather systems that could develop into a tropical storm. That would take the name of Hermine. For now, it's known as Tropical Depression 9, which developed early this morning. The storm is expected to strengthen to a tropical storm, then into a hurricane by the end of the weekend. It could impact Florida after hitting Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and Cuba. Next week, if the forecast pans out, this will be the first major hurricane to make landfall in Florida since 2018. Fall has officially started, which means crunchy leaves, caramel apples, pumpkin spice everything, and towns across the state are celebrating. The Revitalization Association of Weeping Water is hosting their Fall Festival tomorrow, starting at 10 in the morning. There will be plenty of food trucks, sidewalk sales, live music, a beer garden. The flea market on Elm Street will open from 11 in the morning until 5 in the evening at Gibson Hall. Everyone is welcome to come enjoy all the activities at Weeping Water's Fall Festival. Lincoln Calling is back tonight and tomorrow with 8 different locations to see local art and music. Trust me, you won't be bored. There are outdoor venues and indoor venues, plus tons of different green genres of music will be played.
In its first 15 years, Lincoln Calling was very DIY. We were trying to do with what we could. In the last 5 or 6 years, we've really worked it as we've become a nonprofit, as we've started thinking about representation. You know, we've really just tried to evolve the festival into something more.
An event schedule and tickets are available online at the Lincoln Calling website. Head to Kincaider and Lincoln's historic Haymarket tomorrow for beer, sausage, pretzels, and more. There will be a few games and competitions like axe throwing, cornhole, and Steen Stigma throughout the evening. Plus, there will be live music all evening. It all kicks off tomorrow starting at noon. Spooky season is upon us. Roca Scary Farms is ready to scare your socks off. Weekends between now and Halloween will be designated for night frights for the whole family. The revamped attractions open tonight. Tickets are available on the Roca Berry Farms website. To find out more information on these events, head to our website, klkntv.com.
Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Didn't take long to get that fall feel to the atmosphere, did it? I mean, just the other day we were triple digits, upper 90s, and now we have Oktoberfest, and we have Rocaberry Farm in the news, and it just feels like fall, just like that. And it felt like fall all day today with clouds and a little bit of light rain earlier this morning, just under 1/4 of an inch in Wahoo, just under 1/10 of an inch in Lincoln and Beatrice, Omaha at 18/100ths, over 1/4 of an inch in Falls City, 1700ths in Hebron, but that was about it. There were some spotty showers like O'Neill, 1/10 of an inch, 1/100th of an inch in Thedford, but that was about it. So most of us didn't really see anything. And look at that's sunshine that Aurora is seeing on the Penner Bathing Solutions cam. That sun is being hindered for much of eastern Nebraska. The cloud cover just won't push out of here. We'll look at that here in a second. 65 at the airport, 62 a little bit cooler at Yankee Hill Road, and 61 in Firth, 66 Friend, 63 in Milford. But when you zoom out, you can tell the heat is trying to get in here. The cloud cover right about here, and then once you get on the other side of 281, you start to warm up. 77 Grand Island, 76 in Kearney. There's even some 80s out there, and that's a solid 15 to 20 degrees warmer than it was yesterday for central and western Nebraska. 30 degrees warmer in Ogallala, 27 degrees warmer in North Platte. So there's the 80s. Lots of sunshine from Broken Bow, North Platte, Ogallala, McCook, all in the 80s. 77 Grand Island, but right about there, yep, there's that cloud cover right there, and that kept temperatures at bay all day long. And it looked like it was just going to keep moving off to the east, and now it's trying to push back west. So we may be stuck with the clouds for at least a few more hours before this whole system eventually pushes on out of here. And if you look at Stormcast, high pressure in place right over north central Nebraska that slowly slides south and east. This should be right over the top of Lincoln by about 11 o'clock in the morning. Could see some patchy fog early, then everything pushes on out. On the other side of this, cold front sweeps through, gives us a little more cloud cover by Saturday night. No precipitation expected, but this is going to be a reinforcing shot of cooler air. So I think Sunday is going to be a little bit cooler than Saturday. Saturday should be in the 80s. Sunday, probably in the middle 70s. Tonight, a chill in the air, sure, but this is about where we're supposed to be. 50 to 55 degrees, we'll say 52, mostly clear. That's about average with eventually a mostly clear sky. And then tomorrow we'll warm up, a nice northwest breeze. Dew points will be low too. We're talking about 40s for dew points. So even though we're in the middle 80s, it'll feel a lot more comfortable. 84 degrees, a little bit warmer in that northwest breeze at 10 to 20. 7-day forecast, a little cooler on Sunday with 77, back to 75 on Monday, and Tuesday 74. Really, this is a solid fall forecast. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in the middle and upper 70s, even into Wednesday. And then we get back into the 80s, so a little hint of summer comes back into the 10-day forecast for next weekend. And that's October 1st. Boy, October is coming upon us really, really quickly. The only chance I can see for precipitation, and it's a small chance, is Friday, so a week from today. Until then, a lot of dry air and a lot of temperatures pretty close to normal.
I know, can you believe it? October 1st already? That just came real quick.
Christmas will be here before you know it.
Oh no, don't say that yet. Thank you, Rusty. The Devaney Center is hosting Nebraska volleyball's first Big Ten opponent tonight as the Huskers take on Michigan State. The Spartans are sitting at 9-2 currently, and the match will start tonight at 7. Husker volleyball is also taking on number 7 Ohio State with a deceiving 4-4 record. The Buckeyes have played 7 matches against teams ranked 15 or higher. Also tonight, the Sports Blitz resumes on Channel 8. Our game of the week is Pius X at Crete from Doane University. Channel 8's Lauren Michelson will have complete coverage of the matchup along with a full slate of high school football action coming up tonight at around 10:15. Stay with us. We'll be right back. pause what you're doing and look at this right meow. Those are the words Nebraska State Patrol tweeted out. Trooper McCasey found this kitten in the ditch. Oh, look at that little guy. During the ride-along, they agreed on the name Winslow after the closest town. She's at Forever Home in Fremont and receiving vet care. Then she'll be up for adoption soon. Today, the nation is celebrating and saluting the women who empower other women, as the fourth Friday in September is now known as Brave Day. National Brave Day honors women who support and encourage each other, basically making each other brave. According to the National Day calendar, the unofficial holiday was started by the Sweet Life women in 2017. To celebrate, you can simply reach out to a female family member or friend, share a cup of coffee with a coworker, or volunteer with a women's group to help someone in need. Now let's get one more look at that forecast, Rusty. I know a lot of people might be heading out to Friday night football.
It looks like it's going to be pretty nice. You might need a jacket in eastern Nebraska, warmer in central and western Nebraska. We do warm up quite a bit on Saturday, 84, then a lot of 70s for next week.
Thank you so much, Rusty, and thank you for joining us. World News is next. We'll see you right back here at 6.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
We only do one thing at Comfort Made Mattress Factory: handcraft the highest quality mattress possible. It's backed by a lifetime comfort guarantee. Come see us.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News is